What's going on, my guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Garrett with Game of the Beach. Very excited to be here with you today because we're going to be bringing you a fun deck free to play that can be utilized this week and this week only. Because of Dark Domain Faction Booster with Evolution, it's actually giving an opportunity to some of the cards that you almost never see in the meta, including Crystalmancer as well as Reaper. Both really cool cards, but you almost never see. So check this deck out, guys. Grab your coffee, grab your device, and let's head on down to Game by the Beach. Welcome back once again, fellas. We're going to be jumping right into a game here. We are going up against Witch, which has no talents, so that means Toxic. Okay, if there's no talents on the Witch, it has to be Toxic, so that's going to be a little bit of a tall task, but if we can go about it the right way and actually combat Witch, maybe we have a decent chance of winning this game, because we're going to be rocking with Crystalmancer today, as well as Reaper, both of which are within the Dark Domain faction, so they're both going to be getting evolved every so often. Okay, anytime I get a Witch, I'm going to try and combine it out every time, which is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, to say the least. But I think this deck should work out decently well. Between Crystalmancer taking out bosses well, and Reaper handling a lot of the waves, the little monsters, and then Pretzel as well as Cold Mage, slowing everything down, increasing the damage of everything, Dryad leveling everything up, should be a pretty good combination. And for this week, I'm really trying to find a good free-to-play build for this week, because this week's faction booster is actually a really unique one to where you can utilize it to make cards that are outside the meta pretty decent and actually find some wins on the ladder against the meta cards. Okay, so should be a bit of fun. Let me know what else you guys want to see for this week. But if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you're checking out the new shorts that we are producing. Okay, we're putting out under 60-second clips of our YouTube videos with a lot of edits and words and this and that. Really cool, something totally new that I've been trying out for this channel. You can check them out on TikTok, YouTube, as well as on Facebook. Go say what up. And if you guys are going to make any in-game purchases, he's got Sword as well. Make sure that you guys are going through my games and using code BEACH that you see on the beach poll over there. But all right, let's see what we can do. So he's still just trying to spam out witches as much as he can. I'm trying to do as little on my board as possible so that we're not going to get a massive effect from his witch. But it's kind of difficult to do so. So I'm just going to level up my Reaper once. Let's show off the talents because they do matter. So Deadly Cold is really good. Obviously, that's not a selection. But that plus Crackling Ice is a really good combination. So that's my Cold Mage right there. For Reaper, Spirit of Darkness, easy choice. Okay, a lot of people are going to be using Dark Domain this week. And then Grim Harvest, Maximum Gain. Those are to take out the waves because we're not going to be caring so much about the... The bosses. The other side would take out bosses better, but we've got Crystalmancer to handle bosses, so that's the reason we're doing that. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do that. We've got Gorgon coming up next. I'm just going to do that. I'll do a Crystalmancer here. We got to try our best to keep our board as full as possible, because anytime a witch comes down, we want it to hit something that we don't care about so much, and yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to do... I guess I'm just going to do this. Kind of an awkward play, but we got to do something. 13 seconds. We're holding on for dear life. At least Gorgon... I'm not super worried about Gorgon, to be honest. 7 seconds, as long as we can take some of this stuff out. Cold Mage, can you do a little something, please? We'll do our pretzel right there. And we are alive. We got a bunch of Crystalmancers. We got some Cold Mages. We got some Pretzels. I'm surprised that we're killing things so slow. But like I said, the wave is going to be a little sketch. The bosses we should take out pretty well. So let's just make sure that we're continuing to level everything up. dealing with Witch. Reaper's got to do a little bit more work, and I'm just going to go here. Make sure that every single time that we merge out a unit or empty our board or anything like that, we want to have enough mana to replace that unit so our board stays full as much as possible. That's really, really important. I'm just going to... I feel like we could definitely utilize some more Cold Mages, so I don't know why I'm combining out Cold Mages, but that's just the reality of the situation. I'm going to do that. I don't think Reaper and Witch matter so much. Witch and Crystalmancer is really, really tough to deal with, but Reaper shouldn't really matter. Okay, so that's something that we can definitely be aware of. I'm still going to combine these out. I don't really care. Another Pretzel is absolutely fine. Another Crystalmancer is fine. Another Reaper's fine. All right, and now you can start to see this deck work a little bit more. We're going to level up our Cold Mage. Super, super important to have slow in this deck so that you give yourself a chance to actually do the damage that you need to. I'm going to get Pretzel up one more. Grandmaster is probably going to rank us, is going to merge at least once. You can see the ghosts on the far side. You absolutely love it. He's already at 28 merges or 28 tiers. So that means he's already made it past that 25 benchmark, which is really important. He's going to merge out right there. I don't even know what just got merged, but it's going to be fine. And him getting merged again could be huge. Oh, he got a rank 4 out of it. He's going to get a rank 5 out of it. Not the worst thing in the world. I'm going to go Pretzel here, followed by Cold Mage. But he's now under 25. He's at 22, which is a really big deal. This guy just got evolved one time. I'm going to hit my Gadget, which is actually already at our active ability. I'm going to merge out some Reapers. I was hoping to get another Dryad to level up a Cold Mage, but you can now start to see how this deck works. Really, really sketchy early on. Then we hit our stride, and all of a sudden, we're in the lead. 29 seconds. He looks like he is just dead in the water. We're combating Witch, which this deck is not great to take out Witch necessarily, except for the fact that it doesn't affect Reaper as much as other cards. Hit him with the good game. Yes, he's got low crit. Equipment-wise is not as good as me, okay, but it's not terrible. And we ended up doing just a measly 20 million damage. It is a level 10 Demon Hunter, which is a higher level legendary than we have in our deck. So I'm going to take it any way that I can. But that's only one win in the books, okay? This deck is a whole heck of a lot of fun. If you guys don't have specific talents on your cards here, you can still give it a try, and it's going to work out decently well. And you can actually maneuver this deck a good amount. You don't necessarily need Dryad. You could throw something else in here like Chemist or Frost. Frost is also going to get evolved and leveled up, so that's an interesting one. I'd rather have fewer units that are getting leveled up, because then more specific units like my Crystal and Reaper are going to get leveled up. But like I said, one game in the books. Let's jump into the second game of the morning and see how we do. Back in we go. And this is going to be a little bit tougher of a task, yeah? Okay, right off the bat, we're going up against a level 13 minimum Blade Dancer, okay? But not to worry, at least this time we don't have to deal with Sword. We definitely don't have to deal with Witch, which is not fun. And yeah, we're going to just continue to focus on ourselves and trying our best to level up these specific units in order to take out some of these people on the ladder. The way I picture it is I want to have like a rank 5 Reaper. Like I want a really high-ranking Reaper just going ham, leveling up, taking things out left and right, and then have a board just swarmed with Crystalmancers and then a couple high-ranking Pretzels and Cold Mages. That is my perfect idea. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that. A little Reaper right there. Absolutely love that. We got a couple of rank 3s already. Let's start leveling up some of our things here. Because remember what I said before. Waves are going to be a little scary. Okay, so that's why I'm going to be focusing on my Reaper a little bit more. But when it comes to bosses, depending on the boss, okay, as long as we have a little bit of time to take out the boss, you know, if it's Bedlam, if it's, you know, something that's going to hit us a bunch of times, Tribunal is always going to be a nightmare for us. Then it might be a little bit hectic. But typically, Gorgon, Tamer, Warlock, Puppeteer, we should be in a pretty good spot in order to take those out with our Crystal Mancer. Okay, I'm just going to merge these out here. I'm going to merge those out there. Let's do another Reaper here, because I don't actually need a Reaper on a square necessarily. I would rather have Crystal Mancers on a square, because that's where the actual damage is coming from. Reaper is just, you know, taking things out periodically, and that's also why I'm rocking Gadget in this deck. You could probably rock, you know, Trickster or something like that, but I like to have the increased attack speed. That's why I'm rocking Gadget in here. Increased attack speed helps a lot when it comes to Reaper, okay? And it's really, really important. So let's start leveling up some of these other guys. We only got one Pretzel. We've only leveled up our Crystal Mancer once. So I'm actually going to go Reaper one more time. Tamer again is really, really important as well. But I don't know. Realistically, this is a very, very difficult game for us. We've talked about this in the past, to where it's less about your opponent and more about how much damage you can actually output with the deck that you're rocking. So I don't know exactly. Do you think we can make it to 3 billion damage with this deck? Can we make it to 1 billion damage with this deck? I'm not really sure, but a level 13 Blade Dancer probably caps out at like 3 to 4 billion damage, which I just think is probably higher than we cap out. If I had to guess. I don't really know, but if I had to guess, I think it's going to be a higher cap out than us. So I don't know what we need to do in order for that to be a little different. The fact that we spam ghosts to his side is actually really good. Instantly killing a monster has a 20% chance to summon a ghost that takes 30% less damage with Dark Domain. So Dark Domain, that fact doesn't matter as much. But ghosts definitely help, because then it's going to be a little bit different than them just capping out at their highest amount of damage. At least they're being affected a little bit. My mage robes affect them a little bit also. So that's something to point out. I'm just going to merge out here. I'm definitely going Cold Mage. I need a high-ranking Cold Mage. So I'm going to try to get this guy to 5, if at all possible. He just got a rank 3 Crystal on a Portal Keeper right there, which is pretty solid. I don't know. I got a Cold Mage here. We've got a rank 3. We got a bunch of rank 3s. Let's see. I might merge out Crystal Mancers. I'm going to do this, because I really think Cold Mage is going to be a key here. And remember, our damage units are going to get leveled up with evolution anyway. So it's almost more important to focus on leveling up your support units, because those are the ones that aren't going to get leveled up periodically. And even though I'm saying that, I'm going to go Crystal Mancer here. I'm going to try and max everything out. 42 seconds. Let's go Crystal Mancer. As soon as we can. I'm spamming, even though you can't really tell. There we go. Crystal Mancer leveled up. Our Reaper's already maxed out. We're starting to lose a little bit of traction. Level 4 Reaper right there is excellent. We're going to go Cold Mage, followed by Pretzel. That Reaper doing a little bit of work right there was awesome. And I think we only need one more Gadget. Yep. In order to get our active ability. So 15 seconds. I'm going to max out my Pretzel. I'm going to get one more unit on my board, and that's what we're looking at. Okay, that's what we've got going up against Bedlam. He's going to take it out no problem. We're going to try our best. I'm really, really interested to see how this is going to go, and I'm really interested to see what our maximum damage is going to be. 400, 300, 200. We did take it out. Little sketch, maybe just a little bit. But not too scary, to be honest. And now we can start hanging out. So, 55 seconds. I think this may be the first wave that we see Lion. So we're going to wait until 40 seconds. See if we see a Lion. If we do not, I'm going to start merging out. He has now a rank 4 Portal Keeper, which I really love seeing that. So 30 seconds, we saw a Reaper, or sorry, Vortex. So I'm just going to merge out a couple of times. Definitely going to go Reaper there. Rank 4, I think, is going to be worthwhile. Merge out a couple of times here. I'm just going to do that. Might be a weird play to you, but I'm going to do that and that. And now we can do this. And I think that worked out really, really well. We're going to merge out here. We're going to have our Gadget that we can drop as well. We've got 2 rank 4 Reapers, 4 Crystal Mancers, high-ranking Cold Mages, which maybe the right play would be to merge those out eventually, Maybe I'll merge these out eventually. 1.8 versus 355. Obviously, we're losing at the current moment. That stinks. Wow, that really stinks. All right, let's try and find some. All right, we got to do that. Okay, so we got a high-ranking Cold Mage. We need a high-ranking Reaper ASAP. I might just do this. We need one more Dryad to level up some of our Reapers. One more Dryad, please. One more Dryad, please. Dryad. Make a Dryad. Okay, so we can go there. We can go there. We can do this. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Tribunal's going to be tough. I'm going to try and fill my board again. I'm going to merge that out there. Let's see what other things. Okay, it's going to hit my rank 6 Cold Mage. We're falling off the map here, certainly. Tribunal's definitely going to hit us if we make it there in time. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so we're alive. We did not take a hit. 20 million to go through is certainly a lot. He's cheersing me. Yeah, I don't blame you. But we have a chance at taking this out. We've got Cold Mage slowing things down. We've still got some high-ranking Crystal Mancers. We're trying to go through this guy relatively quickly. The only problem is that we don't really have many pretzels. So he is going to fly around our board. I'm going to hit my gadget just to try and save us a little bit. But I don't think there's much else that we can do. 13 mil. We went through about 10 million. Is that about right? I think we did about 10 million damage. We've still got high-ranking Cold Mages. We've still got some decent Crystals and Reapers. So I feel like our board isn't as terrible as it could be. Another Reaper right there. We might be able to last through this wave. We might. I'm going to hit my gadget right here, which might in turn be able to get us to another gadget by the end. Vortex is so tough to compete against. 1 mil to go through. Can we go through Vortex? Because if we can, Reaper might be able to save us. Reaper? No, it does not. Hit him with a good game. Not a whole lot else we could have done. Pretty good equipment, to say the least. Level 13. Let's see if it's higher. Max level Crystal Mancer. Or sorry, max level Blade Dancer. It is a max Crystal Mancer, but a max Blade Dancer. Definitely a tall task to try and take out. And we ended up doing almost 100 million damage. He did 120 million damage. We did about 100 million damage. Anything else that I want to look at? Reaper ended up doing almost double what Crystal Mancer did. Little bit tough. Little bit tough, to say the least. I've said this before when I try to rock some slow decks. Vortex just obliterates. And that's the whole reason that it came into the game in the first place, to get rid of all those slow decks. It obliterates Cold Mage. Cold Mage, like, isn't even a factor against Vortex. We had a level 6, a level 5 at the end, and Vortex still made it all the way around our board. Really, really difficult. Let me know what you would change in this deck to make it a little bit more viable. I'm going to keep trying to make tweaks. I think there's potential here. Maybe taking out Cold Mage and putting in, I don't even know, Executioner or something. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I think there is potential here with Crystal Mancer as well as Reaper for this week. But maybe this deck just has to be tweaked a little bit. But that is going to be the end of this YouTube video, guys. So if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video.